know, yeah. Oh, cute. Well, I've seen that meme with like 6 different cultures, but yes, I know exactly.
Right. So my point is like that's the way that I see like percussion, especially percussion. It's like it's just you just know, bro. It's in your soul. It's in your. You can hear that your ancestors just telling you when to hit, how to hit it. Like it's crazy, bro.
And it's interesting, right? Like I can't play. Like I wish I could. Like I know how to play a little bit. But
defend yourself.
I'm like, look, I'm a kindergartner.
Pick anybody next to that you're walking to in the street, and you have him play the congas next to you. You'll probably be better.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can like spell 3 words in conga playing. You could probably put paragraphs together. That's what I'm trying to say.
I gotcha.
Okay. And it's to me the beauty in it, right? And in this aspect, it's the conversations, like, let's say you, at least in Puerto Rico, right? I've seen footage of Cuban doing rumba, but in Puerto Rico, when they do the bomba dance, it's the conversations between the players.
Drummer and the dancer.
And you're just like, this is beyond me. This is so much deeper than me. Like you go back, you see your ancestors within time. Like, you can see, mi abuelita, mi bisabuelita, mi abuelo, mi tío, cantando, and all of a sudden you're like, holy Jesus. It's ancestry in a nutshell. And I think you see that in anything. You see, for example, you see a guy like Leonardo DiCaprio. You see him act, like legitimately act.
Probably the best actor ever.
One of them,
possibly.
For sure.
Yeah.
One of them, for sure. You see him act, and you're like...
This nigga's nasty, bro.
How? Like, you go, how is this possible?
In as if it's real.
How is this possible? Like... And then you're like, oh, this is a character that he's playing, but he makes you believe it.
No.
And it makes no sense to me. I'm like, I wish I don't have this talent. I don't. Like, I thought I was a good liar, but I'm not. Freaking.
And think about it. His art is portraying and completely
immersing himself.
Yeah, submitting himself into whatever that character is that he's playing and truly becoming him. That is very difficult.
And to me, he's not even. He's one of the best. To me, the best is the guy. What's his name?
Adam Sandler.
He's funny, but no, he has a talent within his own.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm drawing his. Like, he was the guy that played the butcher in Gangs of New York. He's the guy that played Lincoln. Daniel Day-Lewis.
Okay.
So look, and this is probably one of my favorite performances in a movie ever. It's the bad guy that played opposite to Leonardo DiCaprio in Gangs of New York.
Okay. Yeah.
The scene where he grabs a knife and clicks his eye.
The fake eye.
Huh? That is the only reaction I had to that. Like, no director's gonna be, oh yeah, click your eye with, just click the eye. It's a moment. It's those little things, just like in the movie Django, where freaking Leonardo DiCaprio slices his hand.
Django? Oh yeah.
And
I know. I forgot.
And he just continues to roll.
I know. And he legit cut it. Did you know that?
Yeah, no, yeah, he did for sure. But scenes like that, or freaking.
So does that mean that he did that perfect in that one time scene?
That's what they used.
Wow, I didn't even thought about that. Wow.
You ever seen the movie The Godfather?
Yeah, of course.
You've seen Godfather Part 2?
All of them.
De Niro's scene where he's following the guy in the white suit on the rooftop.
Mm-hmm.
Where you feel like you're being stalked.
Going through the crowds, yeah.
And he's just following him on the rooftop, just following him. And you, watching the movie, you feel that you're the one being stalked. You're like, oh, fuck, somebody else. Like, that's an art form that I wish I had, that I just don't have.
Acting is unreal, bro. I know a lot of actors out there, a lot of
wannabes,
a lot of floppers.
Yeah. LeBron.
Yeah, I mean...
Cristiano Ronaldo.
I don't know too many... I personally haven't... I've never even met an actor before, which is kind of sad. I wish I did. I don't have that under my belt. Oh, yeah, I met this guy. You know what I mean?
Dude, same thing. You think about, we talked about it before, comedians. It's an art form to go up on stage and control a crowd between laughs.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, that was our thought-provoking segment of the day. Art, mental, martial arts.
Well, we got a closing segment here.
We're gonna start the closing. You know how Puerto Ricans and Cubans are. We say goodbye. It takes us 35 minutes.
We say goodbye to say goodbye.
We say goodbye to say goodbye, and then we walk 5 feet. We say goodbye to say goodbye, and then we start closing, and then we finally get out the door. We have a conversation outside of the car, and then we say goodbye.
That's right. So, we've been doing this thing lately. The biggest winners and the biggest losers of the week. We're going to jump right into it because we've already been talking about this guy.
Bang, 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 bang.
Who's the biggest winner of the week for you, bro?
In my opinion.
Who took the dub?
I think we've been talking about him the whole damn time.
Street Jesus.
Street Jesus, Cuban Jesus, Peruvian Jesus. Game bread.
Man.
Jorge Masvidal, my friend.
100%
You have, in the span of 6 months, you have changed your destiny, my friend.
Yes. I was Twitter warring with a guy.
I saw that.
He's an idiot, bro. He was like, oh, he's lost 2 of his last 3 fights. I was like, first of all, sir.
Won 2 of his last 3 fights.
Won 2 of his last 3, and the last 2 that he lost was in 2017. Against Brisbane. And against, what's his name? Dang it, I already forget. Till?
No, he beat Till.
No, he beat Till. Who's the other guy that he lost to?
Doesn't matter who he lost with. MMA is a sport of what have you done for me lately? And guess what? Lately, he's on a fucking run. So guess what? He beat the guy that was the boogeyman of the division. He beat the biggest mouth of the division. He cut the dopest promo after the fucking fight. He cut the best promo in the press conference and in the media scrum. Say what you want. Masvidal is the winner of the fucking week. Winner of the year, even if he doesn't fight again. So, fuck you guys. Fuck you, Twitter guy. Fuck you, media. Yeah. You just hating on a fucking Latino motherfucker who just kept it real and shut up some white dude from suburbia.
He's from Missouri, which I'm so glad that he lost.
So, from suburbia, bro. From fucking middle of fucking nowhere. Yeah, you're a wrestler. Yeah, you can fucking talk, but fuck you, motherfucker. Guess what? Our little Cuban, oye que bola canto cabrón, le dio 1, 2, 3, lo bautizó. Vámonos.
Wow. You got very excited. With that being said, brother, biggest loser.
You know who it is. I ain't even gonna give him. I ain't even gonna mention his name.
The one that was sent into the other dimension of the butt cracks.
He was disconnected from reality and meant to go meet his maker and ask.
We're not going to waste our breath on that guy. Next, Luke Rockhold.
Luke Rockhold, bro, Luke Rockhold, man. By the way, no homo. I'm gonna lead with this. He is a dime piece. He's an actual model. Okay. He's a model for Tom Ford, but he was former middleweight champion, moved up in weight to light heavyweight, and he lost in devastating fashion. He got clipped with a left hook and broke his jaw. And
broke his jaw?
Yeah. So that makes 4 losses in a row via knockout. I mean, there's some tough dudes.
Basically, he's done, is what you're saying.
In my opinion, he's done. He might come back. Who knows? I know your wife is telling you to go home. So.
No, she's not. She's asking me a question. Anyway, what were you saying? Why would you do that?
Anyway, this is how you know it's real, guys.
Yeah.
I think he's done. I hope. I don't want to see a guy take unnecessary damage. I think having his jaw broken, being knocked out the way he's at, on a 4-fight skid, on the biggest fight card of the year, by the way, 4th of July fight card. This is the biggest fight card of the year. This or freaking the New Year's card is usually the 2 biggest fight cards of the year.
Basically, go back to being a model.
Or stop modeling and take your fighting career seriously. Either way, you have a lot to fucking think about. So, sorry, Luke. You are America's ass. You look like Captain America, but...
Well, on to the next.
And
third biggest loser. These guys all took a very similar level of a loss this week. We're going to go with Oklahoma City Thunder. Based on what we talked about earlier, Kawhi Leonard causing a trade havoc with Oklahoma City, causing Paul George to exit. Causing Paul George to exit his remaining 2 years.
And now
Westbrook. And now Westbrook is by himself in OKC. Where is he? Where's the mutual interest at? Miami.
City of Miami.
Bring him home, Grandpa.
Dale. No
Florida Man story of the week. Looks like we had a pretty quiet week.
We do have a couple current events. We're gonna at least one current event to go over.
Oh yeah, what's up with the ALC border? So
the border, AOC. This I don't know what to call her, man.
She is
I want to
she's
give
a very
her
intelligent woman.
Depends on who you talk to.
I mean,
let's just say she's a millennial.
Okay.
Because she is our age, you know.
She's
that, right?
100% a millennial, but I'm gonna say she's intelligent. In the way that she handles herself, she has made some very rash comments and statements where you're like, "Her?
Are you?
Should have done more research than that." You know what I mean? But
it's like, is your Theo Che Guevara? Like, be honest with me. Like sometimes that's like what I wonder. Like, I'm just saying. Because she'd be saying some shit, and then So basically, the story is last week, before the break, she went to visit these border camps where these...
Clint, Texas?
Yeah, and she twisted in a very, very politically savvy way. I'll give her
intelligence, once again.
How these immigrants were being held. And how they were getting their drinking water.
So from what you told me was, because you had to enlighten me a little bit, it was she went in there and she saw cells that the plumbing, the way it works was that the toilet water and the drinking water fountain.
Yeah, like the plumbing, like the toilet's down here, the water fountain is like above it, and she twisted it around saying that the freaking prisoners were freaking drinking out of the freaking toilet.
So basically, she wasn't wrong,
lying,
but she wasn't right. Right.
So it's like, it's fucking tap water, which is what they use to fucking flush down the toilet anyway. Like, we all know whatever. My point is, she also went off on guards on the border patrol, which they don't control the situation; they're just following orders. Yeah. And she used it as a photo op to basically, make Trump, who doesn't need help, look bad, and to make
he doesn't need help. Jeez.
I mean, she's posturing, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I think that we do have an immigration crisis in this country. I think that her going to the border and making a photo op of it was distasteful, and by her not backing and treating the border security and ICE as Nazis, which is what she called them in the article, by the way, I think is ridiculous. She called these camps at the border where they're holding these immigrant children and families. Mm-hmm. She called them concentration camps.
I mean, it is very elevated, just like her toilet and drinking deal, right? So you can see what she's good at doing. However, just how there is good people in this world, there is bad people. I know that just like how there's good cops, there's bad cops. I mean, we see bad cops all the time on the internet. We don't see enough good cops.
No, when we do see them, they don't get no light.
Thank you. That's the same situation here. It's sad. It's unfortunate, but it like I said, very intelligent, very conniving, and if you just have one source of finding out news, then you're probably screwed because you're or biased or brainwashed, and you really need to check your sources.
But here's my thing, and this is probably something that is kind of messed up, that even the leadership within her own party are calling foul on this. Like even
her own Democratic Party?
Her own Democratic Party are calling foul, that she did dirty, she did this wrong and misrepresentation. I don't know, man. Like I get it. She's Latina. She's from New York. She's young. She's not bad looking. I think she looks like a psycho, but
She does look like a psycho.